Do I have everything? I don't know. Hello, my book friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly, and in this video, I am talking about the top 12 upcoming book releases I cannot wait for. These books are going to be capping off my 2023. I'm so excited for them. I have a wide variety to talk about with you guys today as well. I have romance, I have horror thriller, I have YA, fantasy. I have a good bunch. So there's going to be everything for you. So don't think this is just going to be romance. I'm going to be talking about all of it, you guys. I've got my iPad with all my notes because, listen, some of these I can't remember off the top of my head, and we'll have to talk about them. But before we get into the releases, if you are not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the bell to notify you when I upload. I upload every week. And if you like this video, hit the like button. And if there are any books I don't talk about that you're excited about, tell me down in the comments, or let's talk about the ones I'm talking about. Let's have a combo. But let's go ahead. Let's get started talking about these releases. Now, as you know, I am in a book buying ban. It will be up in October because October, when I tell you, October is when basically almost all of these books are coming out. And the first one we're talking about comes out October 3rd, and it's Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is the second in the Maple Hill series, first being Icebreaker. I think I've talked about it multiple times in videos. I love Icebreaker. I refuse to get any criticism. I don't care if you don't like it. It's my favorite. I think what I love so much about it is the fact that the third act conflict was handled so maturely, and it was just amazing. I loved it. The spice was on point. Loved everything about it. I reread it a lot. My friend just picked it up for the first time. She doesn't really like hockey romance or really that level of spice, but she's going to try it out, which I'm so excited for her to read. But I cannot wait for the second book to come out. It is about Russ and Aurora. We've met Russ in Icebreaker. If you read Icebreaker, you know his nickname is Muffin. And it's just, I cannot wait to get more into his character. He is this good boy, or the author is saying it's good boy, bad girl kind of vibes for this book. But he is just trying to make it through. His family life, home life isn't that great. But he meets Aurora at this end of the academic year party. They have a one-night stand, thinking they're not going to see each other, and then end up being camp counselors at this camp. And apparently this camp has a no fraternization policy between the counselors, which you don't hear too much about. Usually it's counselors and campers, but apparently counselors can't even date each other. And so we're going to get a little bit of forbidden romance. I'm so excited. I could sit here and talk about how much I loved Icebreaker, and I feel like I'm going to love this book. I'm just excited about it because I have not had a book just grab hold of me in some time. So I'm looking forward to it. October 3rd cannot come soon enough. The author even made a post on Instagram a little bit ago where she was talking about she's taking a break so she can focus on writing the third book, which is Henry's book. And if you've read Icebreaker, we know who Henry is, and we fucking love Henry. Lost my shit. I'm so excited. So I'm ready for this book to come out. This is my top book I'm looking forward to that needs to be released now. The next book, which comes out October 31st, is The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. You guys, I love an epilogue. That may be an unpopular opinion. I love to see 6, 5, 7, however many years down the road, people and their families. I love it. It's my favorite. And to go off that, I love a second generation series, and that's what we're getting. If you love the Off-Campus and Briar U series, this series, it's going to be the Campus Diary series. This is about their kids. So Gigi is Hannah and Garrett's daughter, and she is a hockey player for the women's hockey team at Briar U. And she wants to get outside her dad's shadow. She wants to make it to the Olympic team, but she's having some trouble. And so she goes to Luke. And Luke is the co-captain of the Briar U men's hockey team, which is just merged with another rival team. But he is Garrett Graham is his idol. And he made a fool of himself. So him and Gigi come up with this plan to work together to get her onto the Olympic team and then him into her dad's good graces. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get back to Briar U. I absolutely love that series. I loved Off Campus. I love Briar U. Elle Kennedy is an auto-buy author for me. I've talked about that before, but I loved her. I just love the series. If you've never read a hockey romance series, the Off-Campus series is chef's kiss. It's amazing. The spice is on point. The dialogue is on point. It's amazing. And it's all over TikTok and Instagram and everything. A lot of people have read it. A lot of people like it. So this is definitely something no one saw coming. And then when she announced it, we're all excited. So October 31st, fuck Halloween, I am reading The Graham Effect. I'm so excited. Keeping up with romance, the next release we're talking about is The Good Girl by Nikki Sloane. So this is part of her Nashville Neighborhood series, number 5. Now, I've not read the entire series. I've read Frat Boy, I believe, and I think all of them, you don't have to read all of the books in that series. They're pretty much all standalones. I think different characters from other books are mentioned, but not enough to be like, oh, I have to read them to understand the dynamic. You don't have to do that. The reason I'm so excited for this one, it does come out August 29th, so very soon. Can't get it until October, but very excited about it. The reason I'm so excited about it is because it is a best friend's little sister trope. Love it. I love best friend little sister, best friend older brother. I love that trope. It's one of my favorites, as well as the enemies to lovers and the one bed. It's great. I don't know if we have been introduced to these characters yet. I'm not sure, but from the synopsis that we get, the little sister is trying to find herself sexually, if you know. Nikki Sloane is definitely spicier. So if you are more of a PG spice level, fade to black, closed door, this may not be for you. It's just a little bit more explicit. So, because if you've read Frat Boy, they actually do porn. they start to do porn after getting kicked out of their shorties. So, and they explain that. I would think this is going to be about the same. I like that. But I'm looking forward to, I liked the Frat Boy. I actually really liked the dialogue and everything, the story that it told. Plot was really good, so I'm excited about reading this. I wish I could read it sooner, but October will be here before we know it. Next book we're talking about is King of Greed by Huang. This is the 3rd book in the Kings of Sin series. This comes out October 24th. Like I said, you guys, October is where it's at. All of these are coming out in like October. I'm here for it. But this is about Dominic and Alessandra. They are married, but we meet them in King of Pride. Dominic is all about getting that money, getting the bag. But so much so, he has just put his wife, on the back burner and has not made her a priority. So she's like, see you, I'm out. And so this is all about how are they going to get back? We're getting a second chance romance. Now, I don't think in the Twisted series, none of them were married before. So this is kind of a new trope, new type of relationship Huang is writing about, which I'm excited, and I'm hoping it's better. King of Pride wasn't bad, it was just meh. King of Wrath was amazing, so I'm hoping King of Greed is going to be better than King of Pride, because King of Pride was just meh. But I'm looking forward to this new kind of like, they were married, second chance. I'm here for it. Huang, I feel like the series is definitely, it's better than the Twisted series in my opinion, just because the writing's better. I think she's killing it. So I am looking forward to this one coming out and continuing the Kings of Sin series. Okay, let's get into some romanticities, that little romance fantasy genre. Jennifer L. Armentrout has 2 books coming out. The first one being Fall of Rune and Wrath. This comes out September 12th, so coming up soon. This is a new series she's starting, and I'm really hoping we're getting something different than the From Blood and Ash kind of outline that she's had. I mean, From Blood and Ash, and then the Flesh and Fire series, which is the prequel to From Blood and Ash. It's very similar. I'm hoping this is different. Let me read you guys the synopsis because I can never remember it, but I know I'm excited for it. So let me just read the synopsis for you guys real quick. Long ago, the world was destroyed by gods. Only 9 cities were spared, separated by vast wilderness, teeming with monsters and unimaginable dangers. Each city is now ruled by a guardian, royalty who feed on mortal pleasure. Born with an intuition that never fails, Callista knows her talents are of great value to the power-hungry of the world, so she lives hidden as a courtesan of the Baron of Archwood. In exchange for his protection, she grants him information. When her intuition leads her to save a traveling prince in dire trouble, the voice inside her blazes with warning and promise. Today he'll bring her joy, one day he'll be her doom. It sounds great. I'm really excited about it because I do like the From Blood and Ash series, and I like the Fire and Flesh series. I'm just hoping it's a little different. I'm hoping we're getting something new, if you know what I mean. It sounds really interesting. I'm just hoping it. I don't have high hopes. I'm gonna keep my expectations low, but I'm still excited for it. It comes out September 12th, very soon. The second book she's going to be releasing is A Fire in the Flesh, which is the third book in the Flesh and Fire series, which again is the prequel series to From Blood and Ash. Now, this comes out October 31st. Let me go on a little tangent. So she just posted a few days ago or a week ago, something like that because this was supposed to be the last book. She made a post saying, nope, I'm writing a fourth, comes out in May. Because she was writing it and realized that she was not going to be able to, like, finish it up in the third book. And in my mind, I'm like, don't you map this shit out? What do you mean you're not going to finish it in 3 books? Does this need a fourth book? I don't think so. I don't think we need a fourth book in this prequel series. We already have, 5 in From Blood and Ash? Listen, we don't need 15 freaking books in series. Listen, that's just... I'm looking forward to this book, but I'm not looking forward to the fourth book. Am I going to finish the series? Yes, I'm not a quitter. But I'm just so annoyed that we don't need another one. We know technically what the end game is. Because this is a prequel series, they've talked about it in From Blood and Ash. We know the end game. I don't think we need a fourth book. I think, honestly, you could transition this into the crossover into From Blood and Ash to round it out. But that's just me. I'm not a writer. I'm not the author. I don't think we need a fourth book. I am excited about this book, but I just think that we don't need a fourth book. I am excited though because the A Light in the Flame ended in somewhat of a cliffhanger, which obviously because she does leave her books on a cliffhanger. So I am looking forward to reading more about it, but let's be honest, we already know what's happened because they talk about it. Still, I'm looking forward to it. It's just not high on my list of anticipation. I'm not going to be rushing to read this. Definitely The Graham Effect will be the first one to read when this comes out on October 31st. That one beats this one. Now, this next one is another one that I'm so excited about. I think we're all excited about it. It's Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This is the second book in the Imperium, I think that's how it is, series. First one being Fourth Wing. This comes out November 7th. I'm so freaking excited about this. I love Fourth Wing. I read it so quickly. I think we all loved it. It is one of the best reads, probably be my top one for 2023. Violet Zorangale her character is amazing. And how it ended, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to ruin it for you guys. And I'm not going to tell you about the synopsis because I don't think it has any spoilers, but I don't want to ruin it for you guys if you haven't read it. But the fact that the cover says burn it down, I'm wondering if we're going to be getting some spy sabotage shit because how it ended was just mind-blowing. And just the development of the characters I cried. I don't like crying, but I felt so much in this book. It grabbed hold of me. Every page was these little crumbs that you needed to remember. And I'm so excited for the sequel to come out. I'm going to devour this. Ma'am, I hope when this comes out in 2 months, the other one comes out. I want you to be coming along with these books because I am obsessed like everybody else. a local bookstore is doing like a midnight release party for this book, as well as for Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. And me and my friend were going, and it feels like I'm like a teenager again, and Twilight was coming out, and I was going to the midnight watch of Twilight. Like, that's what it feels like right now. So I'm so excited for Iron Flame to come out. It's gonna be great. Another fantasy that's coming out that I really like the first is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gilig. The first book in this series was One Dark Window. This is another top fantasy book read I had this year. I read it in January and absolutely loved it. This comes out October 17th. So listen, October's fucking where it's at, you guys. October is going to be fucking amazing. One Dark Window also ended in a cliffhanger. So I'm so excited to read this. I'm going to reread it in preparation for this to come out, because there was a lot of information in One Dark Window that I probably have forgotten that I need to read. But I absolutely love how the magic is in this universe, where it's almost like tarot cards. And if you have all of them, you are obviously more powerful. And the monster with Elspeth, it's going to be great. If you haven't read One Dark Window, I highly recommend it. It's so amazing, and I have very high expectations for Two Twisted Crowns coming out October 17th. Now, if you're looking for a YA fantasy, the sequel to The Luminaries, The Hunting Moon by Susan Dennard, is coming out November 7th. I absolutely love this book. If you are looking for a kind of an ease into fantasy, definitely check out The Luminaries. I don't like to say it was a fun, easy read, even though it really was. It wasn't super complicated, because you know some fantasies are just, they're a lot. The world building is a lot. This is not like that. It's very easy. Winnie Wednesday, who is the main character, which her name is Chef's Kiss, she completes all of the challenges to become a hunter, and get her family back into the good graces of the community. Basically, after her dad had the family, or did something to have the family excommunicated from the community, where people were like, no. But something is happening now where she's trying to tell people there's this new nightmare. No one's believing her. And there is a little bit of a romance subplot, very low down there. If you're expecting more, not gonna happen. It's very low, but it's very good. I'm excited about it because yeah, it was such an easy read. I loved it. So November 7th, again, Iron Flame and The Hunting Moon. It's gonna be amazing. Now, if you like Kingdom of the Wicked series, Kerri Maniscalco is coming out with an adult fantasy in that universe called Throne of the Fallen. This comes out October 3rd. It's in that same universe. It's about the Prince of Envy. He gets this anonymous letter and shit goes down. But this is her first jump into adult fantasy, so don't expect YA. I'm really excited about this. I have not read Kingdom of the Wicked. I really need to. It's on my TBR. But I've heard amazing things, and this synopsis sounds really freaking good. Yeah. I need to read it. It makes me want to read it. It makes me want to stop what I'm reading right now and read it, and I may do that. But I am excited about it because there's nothing more interesting than like the sins and making them to hot men. There's nothing better. So this comes out October 3rd. So if you want to continue on in that series with Kerri Maniscalco, check out Throne of the Fallen. Now let's talk about some horror thrillers that are coming out. Jo Nesbo is coming out with a new book called The Nigh House. This comes out October 3rd. I love Jo Nesbo. If you've read any of his books about his like investigator series, I think it's Harry Hole. That series is great. I absolutely love it, but there's also just like fucking 1,000,005 of them. So this is a new, I don't think it's going to be a series, but a new horror/thriller. 14-year-old Richard is just dealing with the death of his parents, moves in with his aunt. Is kind of the outsider in this town, and they all think he is responsible for his classmate going missing, but when he tells them no, this phone booth at the edge of town sucked him into the receiver. They're all like, the fuck did you say? Like, what? everybody's a little confused and concerned. So this sounds so good. And of course, October 3rd. Again, you guys, October is where it's fucking at. This is going to be a great spooky season read. If you like Joe Nesbo, this will be a really good one. I definitely like him more on audiobook. His books on audiobook, fantastic. But I think I may just do this as a physical book instead of audiobook. Haven't really decided, but it sounds so interesting. The fact that is there like a fucking killer phone booth? It sounds great. It kind of reminds me of, what is that one book? It's The Killer Car. That's what it kind of reminds me of. Just an inanimate object. Is that how you say that? When it becomes like deadly. I don't know. It sounds so ridiculous, but so interesting. I'm really excited about this one coming out. The last book we're going to be talking about is The Haunting on the Hill by Elizabeth Hand. Now, if you like The Haunting of Hill House, the show, the book, this one is a different take on it. So this is about a playwright who is trying to finish up her play and basically comes across Hill House, and her girlfriend move into it, as well as a bunch of actor friends, to try to finish this play. And as you expect, things be happening. Just weird fucking animals, weird things happening in the house, but apparently something has been awoken. Is that the word? Awakened? Awakened. That's what we're talking about. And does not want to be alone anymore. This sounds fantastic. I loved the show. I loved the book. I love this different play on it. I love when somewhat of classic stories are not revised, but kind of just revamped, but still you still have the core of Hill House. Hill House is fucking terrifying. And why would you want to fucking live in there? I don't know. It sounds fantastic. This comes out October 3rd. So again, you guys, I can't tell you enough. October. My fiance's birthday is in October. Our anniversary is in October. Fuck them. I'm just going to be reading all of these books. It's going to be insane. But this is a perfect spooky season read if you are a fan of Haunting of Hill House. I definitely am probably going to read it around that time because spooky season, but also it's going to make me want to rewatch all of it. Now, Bly Manor, didn't like that much. Hill House, I'm here for. So I'm so excited about this one coming out. Okay, you guys, those were the top 12 anticipated releases I have for the rest of 2023. I'm so excited. As you heard, all of them basically, except for like 2, are coming out. No, that's not true. Like 4 are coming out in October, which I'm breaking my book buying ban on October 3rd. Like, I'm going to have no self-control. I'm just, get in my cart. I'm so excited. If you guys are excited about any of these, let me know down in the comments. If there are some that I did not talk about and you're excited about, let me know as well, because I'm always here for new ones so I can put on the wish list. I'm here for it. I cannot believe we only have 4 months left of this year, but we have some really, really good reads coming out in the meantime, and I'm so excited for it. Especially, I can't wait to talk about ones that are coming out in 2024. It's going to be insane, but I am so excited for all these releases, and until these come out and I can break this book buying ban, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.